Hey guys, welcome to another video. As you can see from the title, AF showed her face. So, where do I start? The line on the tests, my period's gone crazy. Yeah, let's kind of take it one step at a time. So as far as the lines are concerned, I honest to goodness don't know what's up with the lines. The pregnosis had a line, like that line was a full-on line. It actually got darker afterwards, like within, I would say, 10 to 15 minute window. Pregnosis does have a tendency of doing that. So when I was pregnant with Iris, I noticed that as well, that it would always get darker over time. So I'm not sure how long it needs to actually develop, or yeah, it's just, it works that way. They are obviously not very trustworthy. I'm not going to be getting pregnosis again. There is no way, because I can definitely handle like a really faint, like shadowy lines, etc. But a line that gets darker and is like a full-on pink line afterwards, that's just no. Like that just gets your hopes up no matter what. No matter how much you tell yourself, I don't think I trust these lines, or maybe the other test is wrong, or yeah, you're still gonna get your hopes up and then they will just be demolished, and that is not good. And the sun has just abandoned me. Also, side note, I'm in my room because I have been kicked out of my office right now for many reasons. But anyway, let's continue. As for my period, AF showed up on what would have been 14 DPO. I got up in the morning and wasn't really feeling anything, so I thought, okay, we're gonna test. And then I went to the bathroom, and of course there was a hint of something. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna wait it out a little bit. And by midday, it was full force. And when I say full force, I mean I have not had a heavier period. I remember my periods used to be like this before I had Angel. So before I had children, full stop. I have not had such a heavy period. It has been 2 days now of super heavy flow. I'm like, 28-day cycle, 13-day luteal phase. I ovulated on cycle day 15. It has been one of my most normal cycles, on based on my own personal history of cycles at least. My period just seems to have kind of followed along and just fallen into what it used to be. Now, I don't know if this is gonna happen again this cycle. I don't know if it's like my cycles just kind of balancing themselves out again. Yeah, because my periods after I had Angel were different, as in they were not as painful, they were shorter in time. Hello. They were shorter in length, and the flow was pretty much maybe 1 day of strong flow, and then the rest were just kind of calmer and tapering down. This time, like yesterday and today, I'm just like, what on earth is going on? It has been insane. The pain has been insane. I'm currently standing up, and I honestly don't know how I'm doing it. I don't know. Other than that, I will say I'm looking at the silver lining here. So I'm very happy that I had a 13-day luteal phase. I'm very happy that it was like a 28-day cycle, that it was like a good cycle in regards to everything else but the result we wanted. Because when you think about it, you do want normal cycles, you do want cycles within a certain regularity, or something that you know at least. So that to me indicates that the fact that Iris is kind of slowly weaning herself, that's actually doing something, and that my body is starting to think, okay, we're good. I don't know how much breastfeeding is impacting. We've said that 1,000 times, I know. I don't know how much it's impacting. I'm hoping it's not impacting too much or at all, to be honest. You cannot really know. So I did attempt to have a conversation with my doctor. Now keep in mind, this is my general practitioner. I don't have an OB-GYN here. I definitely need to find one because, you know, it hasn't been easy. I have an OB-GYN, well, had an OB-GYN in Greece who I utterly adored. The guy was just perfection. But unfortunately here I don't have that. So I need to either find an OB-GYN or find a general practitioner who will actually listen to me. So far, even though we've changed to general practitioners, my doctor is literally just kind of sticking to the usual, no, 1 year, you know, you need to give it a year because there's no reason in doing any tests. You're still breastfeeding, so prolactin levels will still be high. There's no point in, you know, trekking or whatever. So, yeah. Plus the fact that it took us a year to conceive Iris is always like the first question, like how long did it take for you to conceive your second? 1 year. well then that's, you know, the minimum you need to wait is a year. Yeah. And then I even had some comments on previous videos with people being like, why is she waiting a year? Like, I wouldn't wait. I'm waiting, but at the same time I'm like, I don't have as much choice. It actually really annoys me how little control you can have over your fertility, over what tests and what you can do. It's like, there's so much like, don't stress yourself, just kind of go with it, you know, wait a year. Like, my question is, what happens if at that 1 year mark, when you do your tests finally, you find something that takes time to like fix or sort out or improve, and then you're wasting like, you know, 6, 8, 9, 10 months. Anyway, I told myself I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go down that rabbit hole. I'm not. I'm cool waiting a year because I'm also breastfeeding. So I'm not gonna fall into that rabbit hole of like wanting to test and wanting to figure out what's going on, if there's anything wrong, if there's, you know, if everything is fine, hormones, whatever, because I'm still breastfeeding. Not because my doctor is being a total but because I'm breastfeeding, and I know that breastfeeding has impacted me in the past, and it is very possible that it may be impacting now. As in, at least according to the doctor I had at the time, I couldn't get pregnant as easily, and it was impacting implantation. So I don't know if implantation is kind of occurring and then just not sticking properly. I don't know any of that. I'm not going to go into that. I am going to give myself the year. I am going to allow myself to just try naturally with like nothing extra until I've weaned. That is what I'm doing. And from that point on, if nothing has happened, which I'm just hoping that this cycle at least is an indication of my cycles going back to normal, and of that kind of, you know, bringing on what we want to bring on. That baby's gonna stick and we're good. After that point, I don't know what we're gonna do. I think, yeah, that's gonna be a whole other can of worms, which I'll see when we get to that point. We are in cycle 9 right now. Cycle 9, that sounds surreal to me right now. Cycle 9, and we will see how we go. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.